So, I've been absent on this channel for probably 4 or 5 years at this point, and I had two rebuilds that were really fun to do, but one of the reasons I stopped recording it is there are multiple reasons why I stopped recording the previous seasons. The editing part is not the fun part for me, but let me turn off my game sounds real quick. Y'all don't want to hear those at max volume. Long story short, where have I been? Well, I've been maxing and just playing. I've had two somewhat successful Ironmen on the side, and that's where my main account disappeared on those rebuilds. But I'm here to pretty much finish what I started. I never thought I would max in RuneScape, but turns out here I am. I never thought I would accomplish this or get anywhere near this. I always told myself I would never max, but I always kept setting a goal long term and finishing it. And like, what's next? Okay, and then the goals went from 1800, 1900, 2000 total to like just getting base 70s, base 80s. And anyway, not to digress into the necessary details of, the account's history long term. So this is going to just be a video of me liquidating my bank. And you're probably wondering, but why? Why are you liquidating your bank? I'm going to do a true rebuild where I'm going to call it Chris Plays RuneScape somewhat properly, or just playing RuneScape how I want. And just playing RuneScape just to play it. No restrictions, other than the fact that I plan on starting from 100% from scratch on this account. So I'm going to liquidate the bank, throw it on an alt, give the money away. I don't know. I plan on addressing a few issues right now in this video as a precursor for when the series starts. I have not set a maxing date at this time. As of recording this clip, it's December 12th, December 11th, 2022. So I don't know what is going to be entailed as far as how, what, when, where, why. I don't have the details for y'all yet. I'm hoping to bring them. Why is... Okay. So here's Charlie the Tramp tab. So I'm just going to sit here and kind of liquidate my bank. It's bounced between $1 billion and 500 mil. I've lost some money for things of my own. So there are a couple things that I want to be upfront with. I've lent my account out to several people in previous years. One dear friend did help me finish up a few of the levels at the end. Another friend helped me do a couple of levels of agility. I would say over 95%, if not 99% of the progress on this account was done by moi. This account has a Zuck kill. It's sub 80 kill count. I did not do that. Somebody else who is very proficient at Zuck got the cape while he was using my account to boost Corp. So if I want that to be a precursor going into this. So if that puts you off, this isn't the series for you. I am just a guy who wants to play RuneScape now and kind of go for collection log slots. I just thought starting from 0 GP would make the game fun again, where every drop is meaningful. And what I plan on doing after max is, I don't know. If I feel like going for the Blood Shard collection log, cool. I'm going to show off the collection log of what I have as well. Most of it, I pretty much logged things pre-collection log, but that doesn't really matter. I have a notepad open. So here are a few things that I want to hit head that I was brainstorming many months ago. This is a series that I've been wanting to do, but just not having the time to do. I work a 50-hour-a-week job. I'm engaged. I have life commitments other than RuneScape these days. I'm in my 30s now. I've been playing RuneScape for 15, 20 years, so there are just things that I can't do that I could do when I was in college and younger. Keep the seeds. For the most part, I'm going to start from scratch. The basic untradables like Void, my scaling outfits, stuff like that I already have, they're staying. The first rebuild was from scratch. The second one is so you've been hacked. I have been hacked on this game more times than I would like to even admit. Those weren't fun. A lot of them were, well, because I let people... Oh, I have to uncharge it. So I've let several people on my main account at this point, and that is no one's fault but my own. So I can't sit here and moan and holler that somebody took things off my account when I willingly let... I think the Infernal Axe is staying, boys and girls. So this is pretty much meant for me to kind of rebuild with stuff and just make it right for me. I'm not going to sit there and... I can't... Because so many people have used this account, I can't keep a track of what was my money and what wasn't. Other people... Like, I was hacked and lost in a Vernic Defender. Somebody else purchased it. I'm not getting rid of that. However, the Infernal Cape was gambled on my account. I should have probably said that beforehand, and that is not staying. I haven't played RuneScape in a couple weeks. My clicking is god-awful, so bear with me. I don't know how good at PVM I am anymore. I've been skilling on low to mid-level to entry to late-game Iron Man for so long now. I haven't really bossed as much, and when I just jump on a main that has 500 mil cash liquidation, it wasn't fun and didn't feel meaningful. The progression of Iron Man was fun. I have an Iron Man that I have since de-ironed, and that account will probably show up on this series as a combat alt. It is pretty fully quested. Some of the newer quests are not done on it. But when Group Iron Man came out, I completely remade the account and played with friends, and redoing the same grind that you did over 2 years doesn't necessarily scream fun to some people, and I did it. I had fun with my friends, and I got to the same point, and I can kind of describe where the Iron Man was. My Iron Man... I don't know if OBS is going to show this. No. Hopefully in post-editing I remember to show the stats of this. So my main Iron Man, I can just show this, was this. A fully, almost quested out account. Had the compost bucket. Had a couple good Barrows kills. Had the Trident. Had 4 Zenites. Had 90 crafting. Had 92 crafting banked. And I de-ironed it for a combat ult for my main. But then I got a new job. I got promoted at my previous job, and then I got this job, and then I got promoted at this new job I'm at. And I didn't want to commit to playing two accounts at the same time, so I stopped playing my main a while ago. Here we go. So I guess I do play on RuneLite. And I'm not going to sit here and say, I'm sorry, I was digressing. And let me show my, this is all in one take. This is a ramble. This is going to be an unedited ramble, hopefully. And then, hopefully, as the series comes out, 1 second, I need to take my hoodie off. My lovely fiance had to do an arts and crafts project at work before she went in, so I had to go help hang stuff on the wall because I'm quite literally a foot taller than her. So not trying to dox too much there on that. But I used to enjoy playing 2 or 3 accounts at the same time, but then when work got stressful, I stopped having fun in the one game that I just love and adore, and the sandbox MMO keeps coming up with new ways. The gameplay and the user base keeps coming up with new ways to intricately design how to play this game, from Swampletics to all the way up to Bodhi's new series where he's doing his complete, like, I had the idea that Bodhi had, and I kind of felt the completionist wave that hit YouTube recently, and I was kind of going to do something relative to that. I don't care about those long bones. I will be going for post-max experience because the direction of this game, I know I'm all over the place here, but the direction of this game is, here is my account. I have to do the new quest, I believe. The Gardens of Death that just came out. Here is going... I'll just quickly go over the collection log. Some of the pets... This Hydra Claw was not me. I only did Hydra with the plugin. I don't know how to do base Hydra. I suck at this game. All of these Hydra kills were... About 300 to 400 were me with the plugin. Counting 1, 2, 3 was hard. Playing 2 Iron Men back-to-back taught me more about the mechanics of the game on how to prey flick and how to properly do things like demonic gorillas. But I will quickly just go through that. I want to say was a kill. That was accomplished on pet. Like, it was like kill 3. So you can see where I got some things in the collection log, pre-series. So the goal of this series will be to go back and just kind of do what I want in the moment and the grinds that I want to do. Go for pets, go for collection logs, go for green logs. Maybe I'll want AFK temple trekking for an entire year. I don't know. With RuneLight's new AFK timer to 25 minutes, you can kind of... This Zuck kill was not me, and I'll show you in a second. It is not in the bank at all. This Kree was not me. I've done Kree a little bit. I don't know if those were me or not. But anyway, as you can see, this is the only log I have green logged myself. This is actually on video on one of the previous series. As you can see, the collection log is only at 271. So there's a lot of things I can do. I would like to get this bank sold while I'm talking to y'all real quick. Ooh. Oh well. I don't want to lose that placeholder. We'll do that. I accidentally released a placeholder. Sorry. I'm like a kid on candy. Like, I'm like the definition of a kid with ADD on candy. A couple things to note about me is I work a full-time job. Like I've said probably way too many times in this ramble. And I have a hard time finding 100 hours a week to play this game like I did way back in the day. But that doesn't mean I haven't accomplished some pretty decent grinds. I will show off my other account real quick. This is my group Iron Man. 90 Slayer. No Zenites. I have 85 crafting banked. My group Iron Man mate has 99 crafting completely done. He has 90 herb lore. But for the most part, I was kind of working on All Hard Diaries. I almost have the quest cape on this. I have a Tome of Fire. Some barrows done. I got spooned at barrows on Iron Man, but as you can see, pre-Zulrah, and then the Bofa came out, and I didn't necessarily want to commit to it. Possibly 100-hour grind on an Iron Man for a bow. So I've yet to learn Corrupted Gauntlet, and that's kind of where my PVM is as far as me as a player. However, hopefully with this account, I'll have the max cape, I'll have all the skill capes, I'll have every teleport known to mankind in this game. So hopefully the only excuse to me not learning anything is myself and my bank value. The money is going to go into, hopefully, one, as I'm selling all of these items, let me, sorry if that was jarring, talk about the Inferno Cape. I have a list of 7 things I wanted to talk about in this video. I wanted to show you my other accounts of where I've been, and those are the Iron Man that I have created, and they both collectively have about 150 to 200 days of playtime. They may or may not come back on the channel. Hopefully, I'm hoping this channel just focuses truly more on the aspect of progressing this main account to what I want it to be. And I want to be proud of it, and I want to say every piece of gold was earned by me, no RWT, no Inferno Cape that I didn't deserve, and obviously I want to hopefully go for some expert, master, grand combat achievements. I don't know if I'll be able to get the Zuck Helm on this account, but I've never done raids 1, 2, or 3. I've done like 2 kill counts at Chambers, and I'm in a more positive mindset than I was back then. I don't know how much I'm going to liquidate this bank completely. As you can see, the bank value is 500, about 400 or 500 mil. I will probably bond up my alt for half a year or a year. I promised some buddies some bonds for Christmas, stuff like that. There are some decent achievement things that I would like to. I don't know why I collect these when I'm at DKs. I don't know why. It's stupid. It's just one of those, oh, I collect it. And you may see in my ramblings that I'm all over the place. About 5 years ago, thanks to the advice of my very lovely fiance, who I'm very happy with, by the way. I don't know why I have to stress that. We've been together for going on 7.5 years. We're actually getting married next year. So that is exciting. I don't like paying for it, but we're having a nice, decent-sized wedding with 100, 200 people coming. I'm not going to say the state or where it's at, but it's going to be a nice July wedding, and we just want everybody to come and have a good time, basically. But with her help, I was able to seek out the mental health I really needed in life. And I've had to cope with the fact that I'm bipolar too. I have bipolar disorder. Number 2, I don't go through full-blown mania. I'm not trained to diagnose anyone with mental health. I do have a psychiatrist that I talk to for medication management, and I take a mood stabilizer for that. Other health officials would advise that I'm probably, I'm autistic. I have a 4-year degree in mathematics. It was actually relatively, I would say, boring, and it wasn't easy, but the way that numbers work in my head breaks down in a very weird and efficient way, and things structurally from an analytical standpoint make sense to me more than other people, and my brain just works differently. In social situations, I think differently, and I've learned a lot of coping mechanisms and behaviors, and I'm a pattern recognition guy, and social skills are just more of a pattern. So when I find somebody out in the world who is verbally autistic, not nonverbal autistic, I don't give them shit. I really think people give people who will fall on the spectrum. I do think the spectrum and bipolar is the new ADHD diagnosis. However, as far as, I'm not going to go with autism. I can tell you bipolar 1 was an accurate description of who I am, and it was the right diagnosis for me. That's not to say it's the right for everybody. If you have mental health issues, you should really speak to somebody who's mentally trained, professionally trained, and if you ever feel like you're in the low and you want to hurt yourself and you don't want to live anymore, you really should seek out to your loved ones and anyone else out there. My heart goes out to anyone who ever gets depressed seasonally, and just suffers depression chronically, and they want to self-harm or end their life. It's not a joking manner, and it's one of those things that we should, as a society, actually take serious. Anyway, to go back to that, that's where I've disappeared to. I suffered mental health issues, and this channel was at the onset of the worst depression I have, and that's why I stopped. I told myself I didn't have fun editing. Well, I haven't edited anything. I'm going to reach for a soda real quick. So watch my screen. Put the soda in the fridge and reach for a cold one. I also was in middle management, and I left one career to work for another one. I left one chain to go work for another one, and then I ended up having to... What was I saying? I left one company, went to another one, and now I work for a third in the same industry. So I might go into more detail about the industry later, but as of right now, I don't know what I said in my previous videos. There are dozens of hours down. I don't know what I will be discussing as far as those are staying. I don't know what I will be discussing in future episodes. I ramble a lot. I over-communicate. I over-explain. I repeat myself. And that is a situation because I fall on the spectrum. So anyone who wants to watch this series and anyone who's made it into this video this far, I want to preface that is just who I am, and that's my style. And I try to edit out things that don't need to be there, and I try to condense it. I would say my editing style is that of a 2012 Call of Duty player, edited for basic bullshit. I do cuss. I'm not looking to make this a career. I will hit the age filter. I don't plan on monetizing my videos. I don't want to make it big. I like what I do for a living, and this game is an escape, and I'm hoping that this series will be not an escape per se, but just a nice way of coming home and relaxing for a couple hours. I have the ability to play mobile at work in downtime within reason, and I'm really hoping that I'm no longer AFK on Iron Man. As of right now, I don't plan on ever going back to my Ironman. I redid the same 2 grinds twice, and it was absolutely miserable the second time. I articulated that to my 2 teammates on Group Ironman, and if they didn't know that, well, we kind of made the group knowing that they're both variety gamers, and I was not, and that's fine. I will be unimbuing all of my rings, and this is going into that's a non sequitur into untradables. I will keep basic untradables such as Void. I see I don't have a Fire Cape. The Infernal Cape is gone. My basic untradables such as the scaling outfits that took way too long to get that I already have in the collection log. Graceful, Void, the scaling outfits, my rune pouch. The rune pouch is 1 mil. I don't see the need to completely get rid of it as far as like starting from scratch. I don't know if I have a coal bag and a gym bag. On one of the episodes I started with a clean bank, so I don't know if I have the gym bag. I have the coal bag. Cool. I plan on trying out different money makers. I have to go to the facility to unimbue that. This is going to hurt. Uncharge. There you go. And recoil settings. Discard. I don't know how many were in there. That hurt a lot of people. That hurt me. But I don't feel like starting with a Ring of Suffering is going to be what I want. I want to start from scratch. I am going to be allowed to keep all of my stash units, but I'm not allowed to take them out and sell the items. If you got hacked, I've been hacked a couple times on this game, and no one took my stash units. So if you're a hacker out there, please make sure you're checking these stash units. Go to Watson's house and just check them. You may be able to collect an Armadillo helmet somewhere. My money will go into 1, bonds, and 2, I will be filling as many stash units as I can, and I will show you my house here in a second. It's not the most efficient setup, but this is going to be a long video. So if you made it this far, thank you for watching. Hit that dislike button. Make sure you never subscribe, and yeah. I think I had a catchphrase in my last series, and I absolutely hated saying it, but the comments loved it. And I want to be a little transparent with you guys of what I want and what I want to do. I don't know if I'm going to speed up the watching of this clip. I don't think I'll be speeding up the selling process. I don't know how much more. That's a quest item. That goes. That. Sorry. And I don't know if I'm going to be removing the placeholders. Crystal Halberd is a nice untradeable. What is that? 750k item? Anyway, I know that the Void is staying. And I had a question of, do I start from scratch or do I keep my current bank? I know in Bodhi series, he liquidated all of his accounts and kept his bank. Which, if that's what he wants to do, cool. I'm a big proprietor of, do what you want to do as long as no children or animals are getting hurt and you're not hurting another human being. You have every right to believe in what you want to believe and do what you want, and that's perfectly fine with me. Just don't push your values on other people who don't want them. You can articulate them in a free speech conversation, but as soon as the other party doesn't want to hear it, then they don't want to hear it. The big propriety of this account is to just build a maxed main. You see a lot of rebuilds. You see a lot of people with maxed mains. I've never done it. I've never been maxed in this game. I have to go get 1 or 2 construction experience lamps from the museum. I seem to get tongue-tied when I start recording, and I forget what I wanted to say. But as soon as I turn off the recording, I can kind of remember it. So I know unimbuing all of this is hurting, and people are saying, "Oh, just keep it and keep it. Just don't imbue it." I thought long and hard before I made this decision right there. Boom. I will be anything that has any Nightmare Zone points will go away. Because like I said, I want to try different dailies, and I think Nightmare Zone is possible. Nice rebuild thing with the specifically the herb boxes and stuff like that. I want to see if they're still profitable in 2022. I haven't really played my main seriously in 4 or 5 years. I've been playing at Iron Man, and I'm tired of having to do a farm run to keep up with the items that I have because I can't commit to doing daily farm runs. Because sometimes a farm run is all I have the time for. That's not necessarily always true, but obviously with mobile, there's a lot of things you can do now as far as AFKing money makers on the side. I won't be doing this from scratch necessarily. I have, when I play this account, I will have the ability to do whatever I want when I want it with full regards to other than starting with my bank value. But as far as self-restrictions, I'm allowed to do anything in the game as long as it's within Jagex's game rules. I feel like that is what I want to do. I've talked to several friends of mine on all of my accounts. 1 second. pages. I've changed my mouse sensitivity from 2400 DPI to 800 DPI. I've literally dropped it by 66% to a third of what it is because of RSI. So, which is completely what I wanted to do. And what I mean by wanted to do is my wrist hurted while playing this game. I can account for 300 of these hours by myself on RS, OSRS, and 120 to 160 days on Iron Man. So 500 hours of gameplay. I have a calculator open times 500 times 24. I can account for at least 10 to 12,000 hours in this game, and I'm shit. I suck at PVM. With the money, this is where I wanted to go into another non sequitur. I might start with a max cape, because why not? I don't see a point of having a max main without the max cape, but hey, maybe we have to earn the money. I have kind of a max house. I just got rid of my butler. When I was doing construction, I removed this room and removed this obelisk by accident. And this used to be 2 different rooms, but now it's there. I built this teleport menu. I have all the teleports. I do need to put the medallion and the Xerix talisman on the wall. I do understand that keeping them in the bank saves you a few ticks over the course of your lifetime. I'm not an efficient player. I don't care about saving the ticks. I'm not a save the animals from AGDQ. Telescope. I think I was hunting stars on one of my Iron Men. Anyway, those are old teleports. Anyway, I know my house isn't fully max, but for the most part, I will be making that a house. Anything I could possibly desire in a 3x3 room for the load time for the series with the cash stack that I currently have. Maybe I'll release all the placeholders. That's probably going to hurt when I do that. And that's pretty much everything I wanted to hit upon. I think I'll be keeping those, because the only achievement of getting those back would just be on the last series. I got rid of this. I'm keeping the Arclight. I don't know if someone hacked me. Maybe I got rid of it. Maybe they kept it. I don't remember. I would have to go back and watch. I don't think I recorded it. But yeah, that stays. But I want clues to have meaning, because on one Iron Man, I hunted for the Rangers, didn't get it. I don't think I did, actually. And the second Iron Man, I was like, why would I waste my time on Rangers when God High boots are pretty much the same thing until I got Pegasians. And it developed into where the game it was not fun. I was just doing things that were meta, just to do things that were meta, just to get to the end game as quick as I could. And 80 days later, over the course of a year, I put 80 days into that account. Me and my buddies did trade accounts, so they progressed on my account. I can account for 50 to 60 of those days, if not 70, of playtime in a year. So, I do play this game a lot. I do have a very happy, healthy relationship. Just to put that down there. With Arams is 4 mil. Wow. I wasn't expecting that. I don't know the prices of anything on the main. I've been on the Iron Man so long. My Gimp Iron Man did actually spoon a imbued heart, so I actually have an imbued heart on the Iron, which I really do appreciate. This I bought for 130 mil. Oh, that one hurt. Man, items on accounts have, over the last 2 years, just with the economy, is completely gone off bonkers as far as like prices on a main. But I digress. That doesn't really matter. I don't think that tyrannical ring was me. I know the Bryfatta staff that you saw at the very first of the account was also not me. So as you can see, I can't account for every single piece of gear on this account, and I want this series to be what have I done, and what can I say I've accomplished. I don't know if I'll be alting Slayer or alting Bossing down the road with like a Dolo situation. I do have my old Iron Man is able to alt for me. It does not currently have membership, but I have a full-time job. I'm able to pay for membership, so I don't have to necessarily bond accounts. What pages? Remove all. There we go. Sorry about that. I had 1,000 charges in that thing? Oh, they're cheap. That's why. It's like... I think that's, for the most part, the bulk of the account. So, I mean, there's... The RuneLight says there's 20 more mil in here. Remove all placeholders. Remove all placeholders. Remove all placeholders. I'm so sorry for the flashing lights. I keep idle notification on, but for recording purposes, I don't want to give anyone an epileptic seizure. I will... I need to go into RuneLight and just disable them. I have pretty much every notifier turned on, so while I'm not playing two accounts, I'll make sure that this account stays focused. I apologize for that red flashing. That really irritates when I watch YouTube, but when I'm playing the game, I like it. I may start with all the Slayer capes just are ready, or all the steel capes bought, to save myself the money of buying them all, and then obviously I may start with the max cape. You'll find that out when I get there. Where is the money? This one's gonna hurt. Boom, done. Never had the Infernal cape. I did have an Infernal cape, and I want to say at the end of this video, because I've been rambling a long time, it's gone. I don't have the Infernal cape. It's not stored anywhere, and I can prove that. You'll never see it. The Infernal cape was I could never record on YouTube and just have a sub 80 kill count Infernal cape, and you guys watch me actually do PVM and be like, this guy can't do the Inferno, because I can't. And we'll get there on this count. I'm not setting a large goal right now. The first few videos temporarily will probably be laid out to minor goals for the first few episodes of maybe 1 mil here, 5 mil there, 10 mil here, or get all of the Zenites bought, and that's its own video. I don't know the editing style. I probably will invest in a better editing software. I don't particularly like editing videos as much as some people, and that is perfectly fine. Although it's not notable, no. There's that last money. Just trying to find the last little bit of money in here. Obviously, the cannonballs are staying. That says it's a mill. The Avernic Defender is going to stay there because a friend of mine bought that. I may or may not completely remove it. It has a Torva parchment on it, so I can actually risk it in the wilderness. And to use this, I may have to sacrifice the amount, like earn. I may have to earn the amount of, I may have to earn the Avernic Defender. My friend was drunk and texting, PMing me. I may have to earn the money for that. If you made it this far, let me know what I should do with that. That was the one piece of gear I wasn't quite sure. Because I was just going to leave everything in platinum tokens, and then I kept getting suggestions of what to do as far as do this, do that, upgrade the house, start with the max cape. Maybe I will... Okay, it's 85 mil, so I don't think I don't know about that. That's 85 mil. But yeah, it's just the one piece of gear upgrade. Anyway, I digress. I think that's the end of this video. So I can't wait to edit this 40-minute video down. I don't know if I'll be able to get it down. Anyway, that's really it. That's me at editing. That's me rambling. Um, so a rebuild series on a Max main from scratch coming soon near you to a theater. Not quite from an empty bank, but as you can see, I've thought a lot of things out. I'm sorry for the Zuck kill count. I can't take back the past. I can apologize for it, and we're going to stop there. So, major things. All pets. I have 5 pets, so Petscape will be coming near you. And just random collection log slots. I'm not going to do anything trophy-wise, but just basic collection log things that I know I can AFK, like skeleton wyverns and stuff like that. I'm not going for 1,000. I'm not going to quantify anything. I'm not setting some overarching goal for the series. It's going to be me playing RuneScape the way I want. And this is the way I want to do it. And I've put a lot of thought and time and process into this while maxing my main. I did have some help towards the end. A friend was doing some rune crafting for me. I think he did some monkeys as well. Because I was playing my Iron Man at the time. So I think I did slip him a couple bonds. You can say that services all you want. I don't really care. My conscience will be clear at night. Anyway, I'm going to stop the recording here. So hopefully I can get this up to YouTube soon. Bye.